Lecture 42, Power Factor and Power Factor Correction. So the objective of this lecture is to understand power factor, learn its physical meaning, identify problems with the low power factor, and study the methods of power factor correction. So let's start with the definition of power factor. Power factor is simply P divided by S, where P is the real power in kilowatt and S is the apparent power in kVA. And this power factor angle is simply the angle between voltage and current. So the power triangle can be drawn something like this, where the base represents the real power, the perpendicular represents the reactive power, and the hypotenuse represents the apparent power. So the angle between S and P is simply the theta, which is same as the angle between voltage and current. So let's talk about physical meaning. So power factor basically defines the efficiency of power usage. That means that if power factor is nearly equal to 1, that means power factor angle is very low. Therefore, the most of the power is the real power and very less is the reactive power. So the system is efficient. But if the power factor angle is very high, almost 90°, therefore power factor is almost 0, therefore the real power is very less and reactive power is very high and the system is inefficient. So there are three types of power factor. The first kind is lagging power factor, which is obtained when we have inductor in the circuit. So here the current lags the voltage by some angle and this inductor consumes the reactive power. So the phasor diagram is shown something like this, where the current is lagging the voltage by some angle theta. Second type is the leading power factor. It occurs when we have a capacitor in the circuit. Capacitor delivers the reactive power, therefore Q is negative, and in this case the current leads the voltage by some angle, which can be shown like this in the phasor diagram. Here the current is leading the voltage by some angle theta. And the third type is unity power factor. This is achieved when the circuit is purely resistive. Angle between voltage and current is 0, therefore the power factor is 1. And the phasor angle is represented something like this, where voltage and current are in phase. Now let's move on to problems of low power factor. We know that real power is equal to VI cos theta. So from here I is equal to P by V cos theta. So I is inversely proportional to cos theta. Therefore, if cos theta decreases, the current will increase. So that means that when power factor decreases, the current will increase, which will lead to higher I square R losses, due to which we will require higher conductor size, and the voltage regulation will be poor. That means that receiving end voltage will be very less than the sending end voltage due to higher voltage drops. So there is a need for correction, and it is achieved by reducing the reactive power. This will improve the power factor towards unity, and we will keep the real power as constant. So the main method of the correction is using capacitor bank and connecting it in parallel to the circuit. So capacitor supplies the reading reactive power, which cancels the inductive reactive power. So in this kind of circuit, inductor is consuming the reactive power, and if we connect capacitor in parallel, this reactive power will be supplied by this capacitor. Due to this, the net reactive power that will become QL minus QC, which will decrease, and due to which the theta will decrease and power factor will improve. So let's move on to visualization to understand it further. So in this power triangle, initial power factor angle is 34.9 degrees and initial power factor is 0.82. So when we will add the capacitor in parallel, as we increase the value of the capacitance, the net Q will decrease, as a result of which the theta angle will also decrease. Due to decrease in angle, the new power factor will also improve. So initial was 0.82, new was 0.987. So in this way, by adding or subtracting the capacitance in the parallel, we can increase or decrease the power factor angle. So let's solve this numerical to further our understanding. Here the load takes 10 kilowatt and a power factor of 0.8 lagging from a 230 volt 50 Hz supply. So since the power factor is lagging, so the circuit should be an RL circuit. So we are supplying a 230 volt 50 Hz supply to it, and we need to improve the power factor from 0.8 to 0.9, and this is done by connecting a capacitor in parallel to this, and we need to find out the value of this capacitance and the reactive power supplied by this capacitance. So let's start. So since the initial power factor is 0.8, therefore the power factor angle will be simply cos inverse of 0.8, that is 36.87 degrees, and from here we can find out the initial reactive power, that is P into tangent theta 1, and that comes out to be 7.5 kVAr. So the corresponding power triangle will be simply the base power will be the real power, that is 10 kilowatt. The reactive power will be 7.5 kVAr. So the next task is to improve the power factor to 0.9. So for 0.9, the power factor angle will come out to be cos inverse 0.9 is equal to 25.84 degrees. So initially the angle was 36.8. Now the new angle will be 25.8. So how much capacitance need to be added so that the angle becomes from 36.8 to 25.8? That we have to find out. So for this angle, the reactive power comes up to 4.84 kVAr. So this is simply 4.84 kVAr. So therefore the capacitance required will be simply equal to this part, and this is simply Q1 minus Q2, that is 7.5 minus 4.8, which comes out to be 2.66 kVAr. So this will be 2.66 kVAr. Now once we have found out the reactive power, we can find out the value of Xc. So Qc is simply equal to V square by Xc, and since the capacitance is connected in parallel, therefore the voltage will be 230 volts. Qc is 2660, so this comes out to be 19.9 ohms, and we know that Xc is equal to 1 by omega c, that is 1 by 2 pi fc. F is equal to 50 hertz, so therefore C comes out to be 1 by 2 pi xc into F, that is 160 into 10 raised to minus 6, that is 160 microfarads.